It's the Rob's Rant Show with your host, Rob Bell. Brought to you by 906 Multimedia.
Does it matter who becomes the president of the United States? Let's talk about that when I come back. This is Rob Bell, and this is Rob's Rant. Does it matter who becomes the president of the United States? I guess it depends on who you ask, and I guess that might be a crazy question, especially in lieu of the fact that we got a candidate like Donald Trump running for president on the Republican side. But then we got a president like Hillary Clinton running for president on the Democratic side. And there can be an argument on both sides to say that these two candidates are not very favorable when it comes to running this country. We all know what Donald Trump's stand is. He doesn't want any immigrants coming into the country. He's talking about building a wall. He's talking about not letting any Muslims come in the country. He's saying things like President Obama doesn't want to use the word radicalization when he talks about terrorists that come into the United States and create havoc. And, he talks all kind of rhetoric out of his mouth when it comes to, his placing himself in a position to become the president of the United States. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people out there that kind of back him, because they say he brings a breath of fresh air to the government. He's not a politician. He wants to run the government in the same way that he runs his companies. And we need somebody like that in office because, in the last 8 years, we've had a Democrat in office who has been status quo. And so he's got a lot of support behind him regarding him becoming the president of the United States. Plus the fact that there's some undertones of him being a prejudice, and there are people who are saying, let's take our country back, let's make our country white again, and all that crazy kind of stuff. And that scares the hell out of people. It certainly scares the hell out of me. And so if we get a guy like that in office, who the hell knows what's going to happen? By the same token, we get a person like Hillary Clinton on the other side that says, she, to me, doesn't have the heart to be the president of the United States. She seems and appears to be kind of weak. She has this scandal with the emails. She had the scandal with the Benghazi situation. She is a part of the Clintons. And, of course, we know some of the scandal that her husband, when he was in office, got into. Although he did do a lot of good things for the country, there were some things that he did that wasn't so good, i.e. this whole mass incarceration situation that kind of, falls on his shoulders. And I'm near and dear to that because I think that's a kind of a horrible situation. But, this is where we are when it comes to this whole presidential candidacy. And so you got to kind of, pick which side you want to be on based on your own personal ideology and philosophy in terms of how you feel. What do we want to go through for the next 4 years? Do we want to go through another 4 years of kind of status quo and having the government kind of jerk us around in terms of how they run this government? Or do we want to, get into a situation where we have this new breath of fresh air running the country a little different, maybe running the country in a way that business is being ran, but at the same token, giving up the fact that, we got some prejudices coming out regarding how people are going to be treated in this country. And God knows, especially as an African-American person, we've had enough prejudices being weighed against us and how, negatively we've been treated in this country. And we certainly don't welcome that. We don't need any more of that. And so, we're almost forced to vote for the other candidate, the one that's not going to do those kinds of things to us, the one that promises us more jobs, the one that promises better housing, the one that promises us love, peace, and harmony in the same way that President Obama promised it. And, to some degree, we did get a little bit of that, but not a whole lot of it. So, we're at a quandary here. I know I'm perplexed in terms of, where I'm going. I know for certain I'm not voting for Donald Trump. But then, my other choice is Hillary. And so, unless I want to vote for the libertarian candidate, or the person that's, the independent person. So, it's a tough thing here. We're going into some, in my opinion, some sad times in this country. This is Rob Bell, and this is Rob Rant.